All right, episode 7 of the podcast. Welcome, everybody. The IPL might be over, but our coverage continues. There seem to be a ton of developments happening around two things in particular. One about the potential of completing the second half of the tournament at some point in the year. And before that, of course, there's been a ton of development around how the players are going to exit the bubble, how they're going to get home safely, and then move from there on, from exiting the bubble to enter another bubble, as we've read today, before they head on to the England tour and all that that's going to unfold there from a Team India perspective. Welcoming back the boys. Sandeepan, how are you? It's been a busy week.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing well. Yes, it's been a busy week. Maybe not for me, but for the logistics guys who are handling the busy in the busy.
Oh, nightmare for them.
Nightmare. Yes.
Abhishek da, are you happy that you won't be more disappointed with Rajasthan this year? The disappointment ends.
No, they just won their last match.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So ended on a good note.
Now there are speculations that what do you mean? They are fifth now, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, they went up the table. That's true. That's true.
And if the tournament actually happens in England, then Rajasthan can unleash their full army of English cricketers.
Wait a minute. Yeah. So Ben Stokes
and
back, Butler and Archer.
Stokes and Butler and Archer. And if you need, then Livingston.
Liam Livingston. Jesus Christ.
So what will happen is, Rajasthan will get their full squad back.
He's not yet ready to give up on Rajasthan. Well, you're a true fan. I'll give you that. Yes, so we'll come to England in a bit, right? Of course, we spoke about it on our live yesterday, Sandeepan, about England, about there being speculation on England hosting, the remainder of the tournament this year. However, after that as well, it seems like there are a few countries that are showing some interest, isn't there? A few countries are coming forward saying
it's not a speculation anymore. It's
no speculation. Yeah,
I think some of the counties have already written to the ACB. Yeah. So they have already offered to host the remainder of the tournament from mid-September to early October.
Basically, after the English summer is over.
Yeah, so it ends on 14th September, if I guess. So after that.
Yeah, if it goes on until October, then you may get to see cricketers playing IPL in sweaters. That will be a first.
That'll be a first.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think in South Africa they had to wear sweaters. No, as far as I can remember. No chance.
I don't think so.
Johannesburg.
No, they did. Not sweaters, but they wear some jumpsuit or something. That I can remember.
Yeah.
Gale.
Well, okay. That's interesting. That's a first. And you'd hear this on the podcast only. I don't think anyone's analysis or speculation of the IPL moving to England, you'll hear about players wearing sweaters. Amazing. All right. So
I actually miss, player playing, white ball cricket in sweaters. I can barely remember.
We saw that in the 1999 World Cup.
Last 1999 World Cup. Then global warming took place.
Global warming began. But yeah, it could be the case and it'll be fun. However, yes, very interesting development indeed with England hosting it or looking forward to hosting it. What can we expect with an English IPL? An English IPL. Do you have tea instead of Gatorade? Sipping tea. Huge crowds, on a serious note,
huge crowd, packed venues. If their government allows, of course. Yeah. But if the government allows, packed when I can remember one IPL game between Rajasthan and Middlesex.
Yeah.
At the Lords, and the Lords was completely full during that time. And so you can expect huge crowd. expansion. On our last live we were talking about the brand IPL being hit because it was cancelled. But if it happens in the UK, the expansion of globalization of IPL will probably take place.
Good point.
IPL as a brand will unleash in broader territories. What else? Abhishek Da?
He's smiling. He's got an ace up his sleeve.
Mm,
Or did he just spot a typo
no.
in one of the copies?
Nothing.
No, I didn't.
No.
Ewan Morgan
nothing.
finally getting some runs. Ewan Morgan finally getting some runs.
Morgan getting some runs. Yeah.
I hope that. I mean, Morgan has been taking a lot of flack. I agree he's out of form, but he's a better batsman than this.
Oh, of course. For shadow. No doubt in that. What else can we expect from the IPL in England? Interesting, right? Because teams with English contingents will have their tails up. What are the other teams? So Kolkata's one team. We don't have a lot of Englishmen in other teams, right? Not a lot. Just a few here or there. Jason Roy and Bairstow at Hyderabad. Could we see Hyderabad make a move up the table? I don't know. But get Warner out of the team, have Bairstow and Roy open the batting.
Maybe this will give Warner ample time to return to form. Maybe he'll get a call up in the Blast, in the UK summer. He may return to form, and then the entire Hyderabad team. A lot can happen in this interim period. The Indian team may also travel. Yeah,
Shreyas Iyer will be back captaining the Delhi Capitals.
Rahul will be back.
Yeah.
Well,
and the Indian team may travel to the UAE to play the Asia Cup. That is also there.
No. The World T20 you're talking about. Asia Cup is supposed to be take place in Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, isn't it?
Sri Lanka, yeah. So that will happen, right?
Asia Cup is in July. Asia Cup is in July.
Yes.
At the same time,
Asia Cup is in July.
While you're preparing for the World Test Championship, in and around that.
Yes,
time.
but now
they are supposed to send a second team side.
That's correct. Which will not
basically
look like a second string
cricketers
at
who
all.
won't be playing the test matches.
Yeah. So you can see Surya Kumar Yadav captaining the team maybe.
Wow.
Not captaining per
Early
se,
call.
but yeah.
Is that an early call?
Yeah.
Is that an early call?
Yeah, that's.
No,
I like him as a captain.
Is that a prediction? Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Asia Cup's a marquee tournament, if you want to call it a marquee tournament. No longer, but yeah, at one point it was. But anyway, let's India, we'll come to Team India later, right? Let's stick to the IPL first. What happened yesterday, 6th of May, Chief Executive Committee meeting of the ICC. Everything except the IPL being held in England was discussed. Nothing on the UK as venue. There was,
ICC or BCCI?
No. It was the ICC's meeting, right? And it just shows that the BCCI and the ICC are yet to chat about this. Because what could happen is that you could move this is a possibility that's emerged, and a few people are writing about this, that you could have the IPL and the World T20, the T20 World Cup, both in the UAE as well. So you don't want both of them clashing over that, because it could overlap, or it could be in very close proximity to each other.
Yes.
It will never overlap.
Of course not. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But if it's too close,
overlap.
then if it's too close, then it becomes an operational khichdi, maybe.
There's a 2-week window. There's a compulsory 2-week window. And remember, before the World T20, there'll also be the practice matches.
Exactly.
2 per team.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there will be a 2-week window that is mandatory.
So in this case,
that is mandatory from a BCCI point of view, that there will have to be 2 weeks between the end of the IPL and the start of India's first match in another series or tournament. That was specifically, not officially, I suppose, but that was why India started very late in the 2019 World Cup. If you remember.
That's correct.
That's part of the Lodha recommendations.
Yes,
but, Yeah, but that
But now
desperate times,
I don't know the new. Yeah.
So
now the new
desperate times, BCCI
I
might
don't know
say
may
that
change.
we are incurring loss of 3,000 crore or so. So for this year, we cannot consider this.
so in that case,
BCCI can,
are we saying that there could be a case where you don't have these practice matches before the World Cup begins? And will that be a cause of worry for someone like a Virat Kohli?
No, I don't think that is going to happen. That the practice matches will be there, but yeah, I mean, I can see the Indian cricketers not returning home between the IPL and the World Cup if this happens. If both are
yeah.
hosted in the same country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, the broadcaster will be the same. So the broadcaster will definitely put pressure on both BCCI and the ICC. They need their revenue back. They are 31 matches in the IPL they have missed. So they want their revenue. They have to spend 16,000 crore and more than 16,000 crore for 5-year broadcasting rights. And so it means that per year they are expected to spend around 3,000 something crore. So they want their revenue back.
And the rights are up for grabs next year.
Yeah, rights are up for grabs next year.
Yeah.
They will definitely put pressure on both ICC and BCCI. And in the present circumstances, these days, broadcaster, have a lot to say in the scheduling, in everything actually.
Yeah.
So
broadcaster is the king. Okay, so if you take a look at the schedule, right? So England wrap up their series by 10th of September. The last test is happening
14th of September, right?
Oh, it begins on the 10th. It begins on the 10th,
Yeah.
the last test. So it wraps up on 14th,
Manchester.
whenever it wraps up, depending on how the series is going. So yeah, you could say about 13th, 14th is when you wrap up. And then it depends on where you move from there. So interesting. Like that's a very short window that you've got. Say from 15 September to when does the T20 World Cup begin as of now?
22nd October.
That's exactly a month.
22nd October is probably for the, I don't know whether it is for the qualifiers or for the, because the schedule is not there.
Exactly.
So whether it is the qualifiers.
Yeah. So India won't have to play the qualifiers. That is
no. India are not playing the qualifiers.
Okay. No, but we're looking at
Bangladesh
this from
will play the qualifiers.
Exactly.
So
Because
Bangladesh will play the qualifiers. So you won't get the Bangladeshi players if the qualifiers. Yeah.
So this year is a 14-team a 14-team World Cup this year, right? It's going to be 14-team World Cup. Yeah. So 14 teams. So some of them have to play the qualifiers, including maybe the likes of West Indies. Are the West Indies going to be playing qualifiers?
I don't think so. West Indies will be playing the qualifiers.
No.
Bangladesh, Sri Lanka will be playing the qualifiers.
Sri Lanka.
Afghanistan will also not be playing the qualifiers. They have qualified directly.
If Afghanistan.
Okay. So does this make sense? So does it make sense to have both the IPL and the T20 World Cup in one country? Then in that case, to ensure that the movement happens quicker.
Yes.
Yeah. And that will be the focus of these guys.
I think one way ahead is to have the IPL after the T20 World Cup.
Yeah, that's a possibility that they're discussing. So 2 windows, right? September or November. Sandeep?
But the thing is, my counter argument is November is very close to the Ashes. So probably England, Australian players will be, they won't risk their players.
No chance.
And another argument, my counter argument is the UAE conditions during that time will be very extreme, and you will get a very short window to conduct the 31 matches. So probably every team will be playing in every alternative day.
So basically, what you'll have is 2 matches every day.
Yeah.
God.
I think it will be very tough for the players to play on UAE conditions under those circumstances. So probably UK seems to me from that point of view, UK seems to me the ideal venue, because at least the condition will be pleasant.
If you play double header, there are 31 matches left. So 27 in the league stage. So that can get over inside 2 days if you play 2 matches every day.
But there are chances of injuries and all, because UAE conditions, how extreme it is, and if you are playing on every alternative day, there will be biobubble fatigue.
I think
most of the teams,
the broadcaster will say bite that pill. They probably will say swallow that pill for a few days and get it done with.
Yeah, but we can have that in the UK. UK, there won't be any problem. Because most of the international teams will want their players to be fit for the World T20, right? So I guess probably the UK seems to me the ideal venue as for me as of now.
Yeah.
But logistically, if you talk from logistical point of view, then obviously UAE is the ideal from logistical point of view. But if you look from the players' point of view, I'll probably prefer UK.
I'll tell you what, Abhishek Da, I think it's time we put a little bit of an emphasis on hiring for our teams, because if there's going to be a double header every day, God save us. We think about it from our perspective, and it's going to be intense. But the players are going to find
if they can.
Yeah.
So ideally, what they can do is. No, I can't see how they can accommodate in this in 3 weeks unless they play 2 matches. If, as Sandipan said, the conditions are that extreme, then UK seems the only option.
Oh, so UK over the UAE. Interesting.
Remember, we had a cramped schedule in the last Asia Cup in the UAE, and a lot of players, including the Indian players, complained about the cramped schedule. So.
The third option that has been coming up, is a swap between India and Australia for the 2 T20 World Cups.
2021,
Australia was originally scheduled to host the 2050.
Yeah.
Yes. So, if Australia hosts this one, then then Australia can also host the IPL. The timings may change, mind you. Australia timings may change.
Time zone.
Australia hosts the IPL, then the World T20, then the Ashes problem is solved.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the broadcaster might not agree to that, right? You might have wake the players up to play at what time? Players play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
The broadcaster won't agree. And remember, the Ashes broadcaster and the IPL ICC broadcaster are not the same. So they won't consider this.
You know who will be happy? The great cricketer. They'll be super happy about this. They'll love it. Oh my boys! Okay, sorry. All right. So the other thing, of course. I obviously thought we could move from IPL to World Cup, but we've crammed both together because that's how it is. That's how it's going to be. And the one important point that I sort of understand from all of this is that the BCCI and the ICC have to work together on this. And the waters there have been a little murky in the last few years. It's been very...
But not anymore. The ICC elections have taken place.
The election...
I don't think that one... Abhi to BCCI and ICC is sorted. They are sorted.
Really? As if you think about as of today, right? There are a few pieces. I saw a piece in CricBuzz as well, that as of now there has been no communication between the BCCI and the ICC. Understandable, because BCCI is sorting out everything here first. But that communication has to happen, and it has to happen soon, right? That's very important.
It will happen.
All right, amazing. Wow. Yeah, so much happening. Of course, rescue efforts still going on to get the players out of India. As of today, we know that the likes of CSK, KKR, and RCB are all leading efforts to get the players out there. Quick updates for everybody. If you pay heed to reports and if you pay attention to reports, CSK is playing the lead for flights going to the West Indies. They're sort of taking the lead role with that, and they're pulling in all the players from the West Indies, from other teams that have tested, that are not part of the bubbles that had people testing positive. They're taking them back to the Windies. KKR are doing the same for New Zealand. KKR and RR also got Shakib and Fizz back to Dhaka, and they are quarantining there, 10-day quarantine, and they go home after that. And then for Australia's mini vacation to the Maldives, RCB have taken the lead, of course, because it has.
I have seen one tweet when he says that Australia now have a beautiful this quarantine place that is called Maldives.
Yeah, well, all the anxiety that they went through, I think the poor guys, they
deserve a vacation.
They deserve a vacation indeed. All right. Okay. Before we wrap this up,
they can start a Maldives Premier League.
that aligns well with another fantasy app as well, which has the same initials. If you're listening, MPL, this is your opportunity. Go ahead and take it, but give the rights to the Cricket News podcast, please.
But unfortunately, there are not enough grounds. If you hit the ball too hard, it might land in the
Gully cricket rules. Gully cricket rules. Right?
Out.
Out if you hit it in the water. Control.
Or you can play beach cricket. Yeah. West Indies cricketers are very.
That's true. Okay. Before we wrap this up, I think we should talk about India. Why not? I mean,
talking about just one thing. I don't know since you are from Goa. Talking about Premier League. Do you know in Goa there is a Russian Premier League happened in Goa?
I hope Sandeepan, this is not a good place to talk about drugs. So just in case if that's what you're leading to. No,
it's a cricket tournament. Russian Premier League happened in Goa. Obviously, it is not recognized by the ICC, Russian Cricket Association, but they organized their Premier League in Goa.
Please don't.
You will get articles on local newspapers.
That's interesting.
Google it.
That's interesting. But if any of the guys from our company pick this up, then I'll be sent to the ground with a mic in my hands. And now, didn't hear, didn't see anything. I don't know anything. Okay. All right, boys. Before we wrap this up, I think we should talk about Team India. I think the immediate future for cricket fans, the cricket that's coming up involves a lot of Indian cricket, which also involves the Indian women's team playing a test match after a really long time, right? Really long time. That's a big event, Avishekda.
Yes, massive. I mean, the last test match India women played was in 2014-15 against South Africa women. And that is also the last women's test match outside the women's Ashes.
Wow. Just unfair, yeah.
So that is what it is. Yeah, that's unfair.
Unfair is an understatement. Speaking of women's cricket, commiserations and sympathies with Veda Krishnamurthy going through.
I don't know what it takes. I mean, they complain about empty grounds.
Yeah.
But now their matches are played on empty grounds anyway.
Yeah, honestly.
They complain about, I don't know what the complaint is about.
It's about the sponsors and television, TRPs.
It is.
These matches,
make it more interesting.
If you play matches on weekdays, during the day hours on weekdays,
who's going to watch?
I don't think you get a lot of TRPs.
No, you don't.
And secondly, all it takes, remember, in the internet era, broadcasting is not an issue. You can live stream matches.
Yeah. Even all these matches happening, talking about live streaming matches, the Vanuatu Premier League is primary.
Yes.
I mean, it was so popular and it was not broadcasted live on television. It was on social media.
Yeah, when cricket resumed in Vanuatu last year, I remember there was so much traffic that their official handle put up a message that they did not anticipate this at all. That there will be so much interest in Vanuatu cricket, because this was the first cricket being played since the pandemic broke out.
That's
correct. And it was a different time zone altogether. So it was not the subcontinental cricket mad crowd,
Sandeep,
the Australian crowd.
Was this the news you broke? You broke the news of some particular
Yeah,
cricket
Vanuatu,
league.
Vanuatu.
This is the same one. Yeah, it is the same one.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
not?
and now that association
And
got some
after-
financial benefits from that. Now they have hired
Yes,
a
yes.
CEO, and they are now
Whoa!
their setup is
Tim Cutler joined there, right?
Tim Cutler,
went there.
Are you serious?
yeah. So our
Oh,
team is now
Yeah.
not
Tim
just
Cutler
now
joined
their
there.
CEO.
that's amazing. Shout out, Tim.
So
you
I
were
think
amazing.
this is brilliant
You're
news
amazing.
because see, PNG will be playing this time,
Yeah.
which
Ooh.
is one thing. Now Vanuatu is there. So for years, Fiji used to be the only strong side from. I mean, Fijian cricket. I think the glory days are gone.
Oh, yeah.
But PNG,
IL Bula.
Vanuatu, after if they come back, if PNG and Vanuatu return, maybe Polynesian cricket, maybe cricket in that part of the world will evolve. See, the difference between European teams and South American teams playing, and these teams playing, these teams do not have cricketers of European or subcontinent origin.
Absolutely.
They are locals.
Indigenous cricketers. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not only. But when I say locals, I don't mean local born. I mean, the Hong Kong team, for example, has cricketers born in Hong Kong, but they are of Indian or
Yeah.
European origin.
Yeah, that's
But
correct.
these cricketers are of local origin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I mean, we spoke to Tim Tim was on the podcast, by the way, in season 1.
Yeah.
Abhishek, before you joined. I mean, I think Tim's episode was really well taken by everyone, and he was so amazing. Spoke with such passion. Shout out to Tim Cutler. You were amazing, and you continue to be amazing. All right. Obviously we were speaking about what's to come in terms of cricket. Couple of international series going on now as well. And apart from that, the big ones from an Indian men's team perspective is the World Test Championship, and then followed by the India versus England 5-match test series. Sandeepan, for both of us, that's and also Abhishek, of course, is super exciting with red ball cricket back. I was almost feeling fatigued with watching colorful clothes and white ball. To be honest with you, I was feeling fatigued. Not sure about you.
Yeah, of course. But I less good to see that the red ball cricket will come back after the India's glorious tour of Australia. The expectation will be much higher.
100%.
But again, how India performs with the Duke's ball, that is one concern I have actually. Because Indian batting, with the Kokabura, Indian batting can sustain, but against the Duke's ball. With that, I don't know. Abhishek might talk about this more, I guess.
I'm hopeful that Hanuma
They need
Vihari,
practice matches.
I'm hopeful that Hanuma spending time in the UK, playing county cricket. I'm hopeful that'll help.
They can send others. I mean, if they send them out now, but send them out now, get them a couple of practice matches. Ideally, what I think they should do is, once they are past the quarantine period in England, they should sign up contracts with counties so that they get 2 rounds of county matches.
That's true.
That was what India did in New Zealand in 2009.
Yeah.
So Dravid and Lakshman and others played in the domestic league, Plunket Shield. So they when the limited over specialists were playing the ODIs and T20Is, Dravid, Lakshman and others were playing. I think there was Amit Mishra as well, or someone else.
Murli Vijay, I guess.
They were
also
playing.
Murli Vijay.
Yeah, Murli Vijay as well. So they were playing I think they got 2 matches in the New Zealand domestic tournament. So they got accustomed.
Yeah.
So I think they may sign up deals with counties to get them a couple of matches in the county championship. Every Indian cricket.
I mean, players have already volunteered. I mean, as of reports as of today, it seems like players have volunteered to start their quarantine to get back into a bubble in India right away. Right away. They want to do it right away. So that the process becomes easier when you get to the UK and you don't have
to... because a series win in England is long overdue. And if India could beat Australia in Australia twice in a row, there's no reason they can't beat England in England.
Absolutely.
I think we should definitely do. I mean, this of course is the IPL edition of the podcast.
Acclimatization
The
in
England
English
top
conditions.
order-
Acclimatization will be the key. In English condition,
Yes.
acclimatization.
The English top order is not settled at all,
Not
and
at
India
all.
have an excellent fast bowling attack.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I'm just hopeful about Crawley. That's it. But otherwise, Sibley maybe not so much. But I mean, Joe Root, Sibley at the top with Burns at the top. I don't know about that.
But I don't get this thing about white clothes. White clothes is a recent phenomena in cricket.
White
12,
clothes.
13 decades ago. 150 years ago, before that, it was always colored clothing. White clothes is a recent thing. Cricket was always played in colored clothing.
Yeah.
Cricket, white clothes cricket is very recent. 400 years of cricket and just 130 years of white dress. That's it.
That's true. A history lesson is also due, which we will come to very soon. All right. So I was just talking to the listeners and telling them, of course, this continues to be the T20 League edition of the podcast, the IPL edition of the podcast. But we will be coming to you with another episode next week. But after that, we will wrap up and come back to you with a new season right away. And it will be all about Test cricket, where these two gents will be licking their lips and be relishing that, because expert storytellers indeed, and Test cricket is indeed our favorite format. So we will be back, and Abhishek, we'll do a special episode on the history side of things. India's history.
Abhishek has some fantastic stories about each English grounds. So ask him.
Let's do that. And definitely about some of India's first players to play professional county cricket in England. I think that's a great place to start. We'll do that for sure. We'll certainly do that.
Yeah.
All right, this has been fun. Thank you so much, gents, for joining me yet again. I think Abhishek that's still thinking. No, he's out of it. Yeah, he was supposed to throw in a big bomb story, but he stopped. Those stories will come to you next time we assemble together. Of course, this continues to be the IPL edition of the podcast. Another episode coming soon your way. We'll probably sit down and wrap up the first half of 2021, talk about some good moments. We saw some good cricket. So we'll come back to you with an episode next week on that. But just another episode to go till we wrap the season up, as the IPL 2021 comes to a close, as it's postponed, not comes to a close. I should correct myself every time. But this has been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Sandeepan Banerjee, for joining us.
Thank you, Sumit. Do search about Russian Premier League, though.
Russian Premier League, 100%. And Abhishek Da, thank you so much. You don't need a haircut. Your hair looks okay. Don't worry.
Yeah, I suppose.
I suppose indeed. All right. This has been a Hubhopper original.
I'll have a trim.
Done. Sounds good.